Okay, let's now take a look at lick 21. Okay, we're going to start this lick on fret 19 on the A string, pull off to 17 on the A, then we're going to play 20 on the low E, 17 to 19 on the A, 17 on the D, 19, pull off to 17 on the A. So we've got okay, then we're going to move to the D string and play 19, pull off to 17, 19 on the A, 17 to 19 on the D, 17 on the G string, 19, pull off to 17 on the D. So together we've got this so far. Okay, then we've got 19, pull off to 17 on the G, 19 on the D, 17, hammer on to 19 on the G, 17 on the B, 19, pull off to 17 on the G. So far we've got this. Then we've got, which is 20, pull off to 17 on the B, 19 on the G, 17 on the B, 19, pull off to 17 on the G. Then we're going to bend up 19 a whole step and let it down. Pull off to 17 on the G, then play 19 on the A string. Then we're going to re-pick 19 on the A, play 17 on the G, 19 on the A. Then we've got 17, hammer onto 19, pull off to 17, slide into 16 on the G. Okay, so that whole lick slow should sound like this. Okay, now let's look at lick 22. Okay, so this is going to be alternate picking, starting with a downstroke with the right hand, and we're going to have 16, 17, 19 on the G. Then we're going to have 17, 18, 20 on the B. Then repeat those notes on the B string. Then we're going to have 17, 19, 20 on the high E. Then we're going to have 17, 19, 20. Then we're going to play 24 with a half bend. And then let it down. So we've got this at a slow tempo. Okay, now let's take a look at lick number 23. Okay, to start off this lick, we're going to be using alternate picking, starting with a downstroke, and we're going to be starting on the 20th fret on the high E, and we're going to have 20, 24, 22, 20. Then we're going to have 19, 22, 20, 19. Then we're going to have 17, 20, 19, 17. Then we're going to have 15, 19, 17, 15. Moving to the B string, we're going to play 18 on the B. Then we're going to have 17 to 15 on the high E. Then back to 18 on the B. Then we're going to have 17 on the B, 15 on the high E, 18 to 17 on the B. Then we're going to have 15, 18, 17, 15 on the B, 13, 17, 15, 13 on the B, 12, 15, 13, 12 on the B, 10, 13, 12, 10. Then we've got 8, 12, 10, 8 on the B. Then 6, 10, 8, 6. Then we've got a move to the G string, which would be 9 on the G. Then 8 to 6 on the B. Then 9 on the G. Then we've got 7 on the G, 6 on the B, 9 to 7 on the G. Then we've got 5, 9, 7, 5 on the G. And then the last shape we've got is 4-7-5-4. Okay, so at a slow tempo, it should look like this. Now for lick 24. Okay, so this is going to be 5-4 on the G. Then we're going to have 7-6 on the D. 3-2 on the D. Then 3-2 on the A. Then we're going to have this lick starting on 7 on the G, pull off to 4 on the G. Then we've got 6 on the D, 4, hammer onto 7 on the G, skip over the B string, then we've got 4-7, pull off to 4 on the high E. So, then to finish off, we've got 10, pull off to 7 on the high E, hammer on 9 on the B, 10 on the G, then we've got 7 on the high E, 9 on the B, 10 on the G, pull off to 7 on the G. So that whole lick slow should sound like this. Here's lick number 25. Okay, we're going to start this lick with alternate picking, starting with the down, and we're going to have 3, 5, 6 on the B. Then we've got 3, 5, 7, 5, 3 on the high E. So, then we've got 8, 6, 5, 6, 8 on the B, and then 5, 7, 8 on the high E. So we've got then we've got 6, 8, 10 on the B. Then we've got 7, 8, 10, 8, 7 on the high E. Then we've got 12, 10, 8, 10, 12 on the B. Then we've got 8, 10, 12 on the high E. So we've got then carrying on from that, we're going to have 10, 12, 13 on the B and the same on the high E. 12, 13, 15 on the B, same on the high E. Then 13, 15, 17 on the B, same on the high E. Then we're going to have 15, 17, 18 on the B. Then 15, 17, 19 on the high E. Then we're going to have a quick hammer on and pull off between 17 and 19, back to 17 on the high E, then pull off to 15. So, then we're going to have 20, then 19, hammer onto 20, pull off to 19, pull off to 17 to finish. So at a slow tempo, the whole lick should sound like this. Okay, now let's take a look at lick number 26. Okay, to start off this lick, we're going to have 21, pull off to 17 on the G. Then we're going to have 19 on D, 17, hammer onto 21 on the G. Then we've got 17, hammer onto 20, pull off to 17 on the high E. So that's the first part. Then we're going to have the same again, but instead of hammering on from 17 to 20 on the high E, we're going to hammer on from 17 to 22 on the high E, then pull off to 17. Then what we're going to do is we're going to alternate the notes between 20, 22, 20, 22. So let me play it slow so you can see what I'm talking about. So all I'm doing is changing 2 notes. So those notes are 20, 22, back to 20 again on the high E string. Then to follow, we've got 19 pull off to 15 on the A, 17 on the low E, 15 hammer on to 19 on the A. Then we've got 17 hammer on to 21, pull off to 17 on the G. So then we're going to have 21 pull off to 17 on the G again, 19 on the D, 17 to 21 on the G, skip over the B string and play 20, hammer on to 24, pull off to 20. So we've got then we're going to have 24, pull off to 20 again on the high E, then 22 on the B, 21 on the G, 22 on the B, then 20, hammer on to 24, pull off to 20 on the high E, then 22 on the B, and finish on 21 on the G. So that whole lick 26 slow should sound like this. Okay, now for lick number 27. Okay, so we're going to have 15 pull off to 12 on the A, then 13 on the low E, 12 hammer on to 15 on the A, then 14 hammer on to 17, pull off to 14 on the G. So then we're going to have 17 pull off to 14 on the G, play 15 on the D, 14 hammer on to 17 on the G. Then we're going to have 13 to 17 pull off to 13 on the high E. Then we're going to have 20 pull off to 17 on the high E, hammer on 18 on the B, 17 on the G, then back up, so 18 on the B, 17 on the high E, and then pull off from 17 to 20 back to 17 on the high E. So far we've got this. Then to finish off, we're just going to have 17 pull off to 13 on the high E, 17 pull off to 14 on the G, hammer on 17, skip over the B string and play 13 to 17 on high E. So at slow tempo, lick 27 should sound like this. Now for lick 28. Okay, to start off this lick, we've got 15 pull off to 12 on the A string, then 14 on the low E, 12 hammer on 15 on the A, 13 hammer on to 16 and pull off to 13 on the D. So slow, we've got this so far. Then staying on the D, we've got 16 pull off to 13 on the D, 15 on the A, 13 hammer on to 16 on the D. Then we've got 14 hammer on 17, pull off to 14 on the G. So we've got then we've got 17 pull off to 14 again on the G, 16 on the D, 14 on the G. Then we've got 20 pull off to 17 on the G, 19 on the D, 17 on the G. So we've got then we've got 23 pull off to 20 on the G, then 22 on the D, 20 hammer on to 23 on the G, skip over the B string and we've got 20 hammer on to 23, pull off to 20. Okay, so that whole lick slow should sound like this. Okay, now for lick number 29. Okay, to start this lick off, we're going to have 17 pull off to 14 on the A, then 15 on the low E, 14, hammer on to 17 on the A. Skip over the D string, then we've got 16, hammer on to 19, pull off to 16 on the G. So we've got... Then we're going to have 19, pull off to 16 on the G, 17 on the D, 16, hammer on to 19 on the G, skip over the B string and play 15, hammer on to 19, pull off to 15 on the high E. So far we've got this. Okay, so then we've got 22, pull off to 19 on the high E, hammer on 20 on the B, 19 on the G, 20 on the B, 19 on the high E, hammer on to 22 on the high E, and then pull off to 19. So far we've got this. Then we've got 19, pull off to 15 on the high E, skip over the B string, and then we've got 19, pull off to 16, hammer on to 19 on the G, skip over the B string, then we've got 15, hammer on to 19, pull off to 15. So that whole lick slow should sound like this. Okay, now for the final lick, lick number 30. Okay, to start off this lick, we're going to have 16 on the G, hammer on to 19 on the G, then we're going to tap 22 on the G, so we've got... Then we're going to skip over the B string, play 16, 19, tap 22, pull off to 19, pull off to 16. So far we've got this. Then we're going to go back to the G string, play 22 or tap 22 on the G string, pull off to 19, pull off to 16. Then we're going to tap 23 on the A, pull off to 20, pull off to 17. Hammer on 20, tap 23 again. Skip over the D string and then play 16, 19, tap 22 on the G, pull off to 19, pull off to 16. So the whole lick at a slow tempo should sound like this. Then you just repeat that again. And then you go to the 20th fret on the B string and just bend up a whole step to finish. Okay, well unfortunately we've come to the end of this DVD. I think you'll agree there's definitely a lot to get through. And what I would suggest to do with each of these licks is basically learn them really slow, and then once you have them down, it's just to kind of speed them up and just have a go at linking a few of the licks together before actually tackling the mammoth solo that I performed to the backing track. But also what you can do with the solo that I did is kind of rearrange some of the licks and stuff so you can kind of make your own version of it, and hopefully you can take a lot of these licks away and use them in your own everyday playing as well. Okay, well have fun with it, and until next time, I'll see you later.